and gentlemen. At the outset, I have to congratulate Dr. Narayana and his team for having organized this program. And I also must congratulate the Vigyan Bharati and Swadeshi Science for collaborating in this and actually making it look like Science for Society program. And I also must congratulate the director for having got all the other directors of the different science institutes also on the same platform. And when I was looking at them, the thought came to my mind that Trivandrum is increasingly becoming a favorite destination not only of the tourists, but also of the scientists. One of the earlier examples that we had was that of Dr. Sarabhai, who traveled from Gujarat to Trivandrum. And the other example is Dr. Bihari, traveling not from Bihar, but from UP, again to Trivandrum. Which means, on a serious note, that while this place presents immense tourist potential, it has also got immense scientific research potential because of the resources and also because of the legacy of science, research and innovation, which has been there for generations. And though they may sound little extravagant, but sometimes, like you call it God's own land, you could also call it the science capital of India. And in fact, I have been of late also advocating this, that whenever we have a program of this nature, we should get all the science institutes together, all the organizations dedicated to scientific work, and then also industry and startups. So we should have an extended linkage, and that is how all these initiatives which you saw just now can be sustained. As far as Vigyan Bharati is concerned, they have been very dedicatedly working in different spheres, and they have to an extent made the task easier for us to reach out to different sections of society, which is sometimes not easy for those working in the government sector. The Rajiv Gandhi Institute, as the director was spelling out the various achievements, I think the first and foremost is the biotechnology department as such, after Prime Minister Modi took over, has come into prominence. Trivandrum was known more for the Space Center or maybe for NIST, but the Rajiv Gandhi Institute, because Prime Minister Modi gave a very high priority to research, innovation in biotechnology. We were just 50 startups in 2014. Today we are almost 9,000, you can understand. And our bioeconomy was just about 10 billion US dollars. Today we are about 130 billion US dollars. And little more push which you required happened because of COVID. That does not mean that COVID should keep happening repeatedly so that you get a boost. But because of COVID, you came to be known across the world for the first DNA vaccine. And as he was mentioning, we are proud that one from our faculty, from this institute, had the opportunity to give a global presentation of the first HPAV virus vaccine, which is also a product of the Department of Biotechnology. And it is now being acknowledged all over the world as one of the possible preventive measures for the occurrence of cervical cancer, which is otherwise more prevalent in India compared to many other countries. So all these achievements in the recent past, with the support of this government headed by Prime Minister Modi, have enabled us to actually showcase our potential and showcase what all we can accomplish if given a little patronage from the political dispensation. And just to share with you and with the faculty, they'll be happy that very recently, just about 2 weeks back, we have come out with the bioeconomy policy, Bio E3, the biotechnology for economy, for environment, for employment, because we are now preparing for the next industrial revolution before the other countries do. Now, as far as today's program is concerned, this has been one of the priority areas of the Department of Science and Technology, of the Ministry of Science and Technology, and the initial inspiration also came from Prime Minister Modi to roll out exclusive initiatives, exclusive schemes for hand-holding of such communities, such sections of society, which otherwise might have felt left out in the past decades. And that is how this concept of ST hubs was developed across the country. And I am glad today, with the 667 households being presented over here, covering 5 districts as was being mentioned in the report presented by Mr. Vivekanand Pai. This, I think, has almost emerged as a pilot study for the rest of the country. So Kerala can be now.
ചടങ്ങിന്റെ തത്സമയ ദൃശ്യങ്ങളാണ് കണ്ടത്.